So, this is, what's the date today? Dude, it's still June, whatever. I think it's about to go to July. So, maybe I shouldn't be doing this eating. What is it? Dude, I was thinking about this idea, the whole thing that's going on with me. I think there's people in stereo, and even before that, it doesn't matter if those weirdos were on there. What is it? My sign is Aries. I was born under the Ram, or whatever you want to say, right? I'm not gonna tell you the exact year I was born, because I think that most of you, if not all of you, probably already know. So, what is it? Dude, I was talking about this with my father today, right before I came here. We're driving through the boonies, or whatever you want to say, and dude, we're talking about the idea that as far as we're concerned, so that should give you some idea, and maybe other people in history have talked about this, that, like, you know, you had like a kid in a wheelchair, but there's like people still talking about this. They're like, does this idea make sense? And they're like, dude, I don't care if it makes sense or not, we're still gonna do it. And they're like, yeah, but the idea doesn't make sense. And they'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up. It is what it is. We're doing this idea. This is how it's gonna work. And they're like, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense, like, whatever. And then they like shoot the guy or something. Boom. Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? But, dude, I gotta take a sip of water. Dude, anyways, dude, me and my father were talking about this. The thing that I could represent the devil, right? But here's the funny part, is, to my understanding, dude, I can almost guarantee, and that like he was talking about being brainwashed. To be honest with you, I probably want to be brainwashed, because I mean, I just recently thought about that, like a split second as I'm talking to you, and the idea doesn't make any sense to me. Dude, you would have somebody, it's like something, what could happen? Well, dude, to be honest with you, besides like animals, nothing would happen. Like, literally nothing. Besides something going on with my body, or like an animal's body, right? Nothing would ever happen. Okay, so it's like, dude, it makes no sense. The idea is complete dog shit. So I'm going to potentially represent the devil as a whole. Does that make sense? Not really, because I don't think that I'm the devil. Dude, I think the idea that you want me to pray, right? So that is the idea that what is it? That you potentially become the essence of the creator or some shit. Like there's some kind of essence of creative force that's infused into your body. But here's the thing, right? Because if you're all alone and nobody's helping you because they they think that you represent Satan. It's like, how the fuck, how can you represent God and Satan at the same exact time? Do you get what I'm saying? It's an oxymoron. Like my father said, it's like saying somebody is pretty ugly. You can't be pretty and ugly at the same time unless you got two different people. One person thinks that the chick is pretty, and some other person thinks that the chick is, you know what? That's a bad example. Dude, you can't be black and white, right? That's a better example, okay? You can't be black and white at the same time. Or you can't be like wet and dry at the same time, right? That shit doesn't work, okay? So, and somebody be like, well, how do you know, what if, you want to know something? If you have to ask me, I'd rather have knowledge. That should be, dude, think about this. Let's say even the tiniest piece of light, right? Let's say you had like a tiny Christmas light, right? And you knew that Christmas light was the amount of truth that you owned or whatever. Would you rather have, hold on, I've getting off on a tangent. I forgot something else I was supposed to say. Fuck. Oh well, okay, so what is that? Like, if you had a Christmas light, and that's the amount of light that you have, but or you want to stay in darkness or whatever, right? Like, what is the thing that you what you would want? You want to stay? You would want to remain in darkness? Because like anybody who says that, so technically, like the fact that I represent like the light of knowledge, right? Because I don't believe in some kind of weird shit that isn't real. Like, you know what I mean? It's not real. Like, dude, whatever this shit is that we're surrounded by besides consciousness, it doesn't matter. There is no consciousness to any of this shit. Okay? Like, animals are conscious, people are conscious. I'm conscious. You can get consciousness from like three different things. Okay? There is no fourth option. Right? So the idea of somehow interacting, like getting some sort of knowledge from that and being able to live a better life, it's never gonna happen. I mean, dude, I was listening to a guy on stereo today. He say it's all around us, like this energy is all around us, and dead ass, it's like the guy was talking, it's like, for some reason, when he said that, like, I had this picture of being in a certain place, like a city setting, and like it being around cars and trees and shit like that, and I got the idea that popped in my head, maybe it's wrong or some shit, is that like he thinks that like all these inanimate things as well as these living things have consciousness to them, and they don't. Okay? So, and dude, I think it's probably pretty apparent that, what did I want to say? Dude, all that I'm saying is, dude, you can't represent evil and potentially force somebody to believe in something that doesn't exist, and then because they're doing that, they represent goodness too. Okay, it doesn't. Dude, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have it both ways. Okay, dude, I got news for you. And plus, dude, this idea, dude, you want to know what I notice in society? There's absolutely no goddamn question about it. Like I'm noticing this. Like this is like 100% full out, fucking balls out, whatever the fuck you want to say, Truman Show. Okay? Like the whole goddamn world revolves around me. It's like, dude, you got like one the fuck point or whatever the fuck you want to say, right? Like, dude, let's say this. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, so, did you have, whatever, do you have this or whatever, and then like everything else just revolves around this shit. It goes like, dude, I can draw like a picture for you or whatever if you want. Dude, I think you probably understand what I'm gonna draw. There's shit, this is a bad piece of, what the fuck is it? Dude, so, dude, I got this piece of cardboard or whatever. Dude, it's like you got this dot in the middle, and then, dude, you got all these things, which are you guys, that fucking revolve around. Dude, it's not important. I think you get the idea. Dude, you got all these fucking other things that revolve around that fucking center point. And it's like, it almost goes back to when the Catholic Church or whatever was saying that the earth is the center of the universe. Yeah, too bad it's not. But it's like, it's almost like you're stuck into that idea still. It's like that idea that the Catholic Church is like, oh, the earth is the center of the universe. And then some guy is like, yeah, too bad it's not. So, and there's tons of proof that it's not, and it should be common sense that it's not. So, dude, like, unless we're living in a simulation, right? Dude, think about it. The earth is not the center of the universe. It's just not. And, dude, if that UFO evidence that the Navy and shit is coming out with is real, and shit, maybe it is, because, like, dude, there's, like, weird shit, like, that I found out recently that, like, insects can survive in the vacuum of space for like 3 days. What is 72 hours? I'm thinking that's 3 days. Dude, they can survive in the vacuum of space, like no air, no oxygen, nothing or whatever, for 3 days, just like chilling out in space. Dude, and think about this. Cicadas, they're living underground for like 17 years. What the hell are they doing underground for 17 years? Dude, I don't know. I think that, like, if you're looking for God, that's probably where you can start. But, weird, long-living insects. What else I want to say? Dude, I had this other idea. There was another idea, but I forgot what it was. Maybe I'll remember it later. There is something in regards to the idea that you think... Oh, there's two ideas here. First is the idea that if you force this idea on me, it somehow creates peace on earth. Okay? Now, that's also bullshit. Okay? No fucking question. Okay? Yeah, dude, there's maybe two ideas here, okay? If everybody focused their attention on me, like we have to kill Satan, it's like there's Brian, he's Satan, right? Think about it. You know what it does? It takes people's attention away from any other. It's like people don't focus on any sort of sin, right? Like any sin that you have, lust, envy, gluttony, like all these 7 deadly sins, right? They fade into obscurity because if everybody focuses on me, they go, he's the reason why, like, everything is fucked up. He represents the devil, right? He's literally the devil. He's the devil, right? Dude, even though there's nothing wrong with me, like I don't have any nerve problems or skin issues or vision problems or like, besides maybe like full body cancer and that you cause, like there's nothing wrong with me, right? But you're saying, oh, I'm genetically unfit. So to my understanding, the way the idea probably functions is that you're suggesting, I hope my phone is able to do this. It might be interrupted, but you're saying, part of the reason why you're saying that I represent Satan is potentially not just my zodiac sign, okay, which has to do with like witches and like throwing chicken bones and shit like on a table and being like, that means that the antelope will play in 5 days. We'll have to get the blood of a small turtle to open up the magical mystical gates of Orion into the nebula of the anus of Uranus, or like what it's like, what the fuck? Like, so, dude, shit that is so fucking crazy, dude. Like, and the fact that that shit is still with us to this very day. It's 2021, and there's people who are still doing shit like that. Okay, so, dude, think about it. You're going like, oh, it's not like. Obviously, dude, that's a conversation I guarantee that people talked about in the past. They're like, dude, you can't do this decision based on just his zodiac sign. Like, we have to decide that he's a piece of shit or whatever, right? And then that's like a good enough reason where we can completely fuck his life up. Do you know what I mean? Personally, I think it has to do with like nuclear weapons and like, or like the fact that, or maybe not nuclear weapons, but the fact that you have weapons. I think it more has to do with my father being successful in business, and like I'm saying like weapons, and it has to do with genetics. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Probably, most likely, that's just me, right? One of the things that you can say to somebody though, because you have access to all the lab stuff or whatever, like you're like, it's like you're fucking, dude. Let's say you have a like an uncle or like what is it? Anybody? It's like you're the ones who run the lab. Like the same guy who runs the bank, his cousin runs the fucking lab. Right? And you go, well, I'm going to give another reason. Like, it's like he's genetically unfit. There's nothing wrong with him besides the fact that he's kind of pale and scraggly looking, right? And that's obviously what happens. You got Irish people as like is that an example? Serious vitamin D deficiency of some kind, do you know what I mean? But, it's like, that's the reason why we're gonna fuck his life up, is because we think he's genetically inferior. It's got nothing to do with the zodiac sign. It's got nothing to do with the money that you got and Ukrainians coming over from a Soviet Union that is no longer exists. It just exists in their mind now. And once those people are dead, it's like it exists in like on paper and just like the internet. Like it's not even real anymore. It's like it's just like if somebody reads it, like, dude, imagine a black kid or like a white kid reading about that shit in like 20 years from now. It's it's like, dude, it's like it literally exists only in their fucking mind. Like there's no, well, maybe 50 years, let's say 50 years or whatever. It's like, it's totally just, it's almost like, dude, what I'm trying to say, you could make an argument that God and the Soviet Union are the same fucking thing. They're the same fucking thing. Right? So, what did I want to say? Yeah, I think I covered the center point of the fucking the thing, like I'm the center point or whatever the fuck you want to say, and like everything revolves around me, and that's why nobody commits a crime. Like the reason why nobody commits a crime, like the reason why nobody gets murdered, even though people do get murdered, right? The reason why they're saying, oh, the reason why there's less crime is because Brian is Satan. Dude, even though you have people in Chicago supposedly murdering themselves every single day, the reason why there's less crime is because of Brian. It doesn't have to do with stupid shit that people are doing to each other or the fact that some guy just snapped or whatever, right? That's got nothing to do with anything, right? Like the fact, like some guy's girlfriend cheated on him, or like he cheated on her, or like she stole some money, or somebody took some money or whatever, or somebody tried to kill somebody for no reason. Like, dude, it has nothing to do with any of that shit, right? The reason why is because of Brian. Focus on Brian. That's the most important fucking thing that you can do, right? None of that other shit matters. Yeah, okay, like that makes any goddamn sense. Dude, think about this. If somebody told you to, let's say something fucked up happened to you, right? And they're like, no, focus on Brian. Dude, I know what the fuck I would do. Let's say somebody murdered your family or some shit, something crazy, or you're like dying of cancer or something, and like you eat like good food, and like you haven't been exposed to like any weird like radiation or chemicals or whatever the fuck else, you know what I mean? And you're like, I don't understand, I'm just dying. It's like, and you know you have enemies and shit, right? You'd be like, no, I'm gonna blame Brian for this because he's Satan. He's Satan on earth. And I gotta blame him for whatever the fuck happened to me, because he obviously was doing something weird with his satanic magic where it caused this to happen. So I'm gonna blame Brian. Dude, do you understand how fucking crazy that is? That's like, dude, it is beyond. Dude, if somebody said that to me, I'd kill them too. Seriously. Like, I'd kill them too. I'd try to. I don't really care, because like they're a threat. Dude, they're potentially a threat to just sanity or whatever of some kind, or like a good standard of living of some kind. Like it's like, dude, tell me some shit like you're looking at them like they're working with all marbles or whatever, dude. This shit is crazy. But then, dude, then there's potentially an idea, I think I covered all that other shit. Dude, there's potentially an idea here that you all think that you're gods. I've heard that shit said before, that you're all God, that you represent God, right? And I represent the devil, right? And it's like some kind of shit that, like, you have to make, it's like there's like a symbolic sort of mechanism at play there, right? Don't let the devil kill any of us, and then like we win, right? We win. That's the thing. But dude, you want to know something? It's not this symbolism. If people do get mad at each other and kill each other, whatever, obviously for whatever reason, this symbolism, it's almost like it has the same meaning as like me putting like a note in a bottle and like throwing it in the fucking ocean or whatever, right? Or like it's even worse than that. Like there's definitely like this empty gesture type of, as far as I'm concerned, and to be like, oh Jesus Christ, you took that down like 1,000 notches or whatever. Dude, I'm being honest. Like there is like this element of just meaningless to it, right? Because dude, think about this too. It's just one guy. And you'd be like, well, no, that's how it functions or whatever, right? Yeah, but dude, the reason why progress is made is because it's a mass movement, right? Progress isn't made based on the fact that you got a crumb. Dude, I'm saying it's a fucking crumb, okay? It's a crumb, right? It's not like somebody's giving you a sandwich, they're giving you a crumb. So even if you exist in that like you think it's like some kind of beautiful symbolic thing, it's fucking empty. There's no substance to it. It's fucking stupid. Dude, the only way it functions and works fucking correctly is if you can actually take the goddamn fucking idea all the way the fuck home. If you can't do that, the idea is shit. Dude, if there is even the smallest amount of fucking discomfort as far as I'm concerned, do you want to know something? Dude, the idea is shit. It's shit. Okay? Somebody be like, oh no, if you get more than less, just like whatever the fuck you're gonna say. Dude, bullshit. Dude, if the idea is, if it's completely void of any contamination of any kind, then yeah, I guess you could say it fucking worked or whatever. But do you want to know something? Dude, if you have it where it's fucked up or whatever, dude, I got news for you. This idea, it's not worth it. And I don't even know why the fuck I'm trying to talk about this the way that you potentially have thought about this, in like all the complexities of what it means and all that shit, dude. The fact of the matter is, dude, these ideas, like, I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about before, where like you got the guy with like the turtle blood or some shit, like in the chicken bones. It's like, dude, this shit is crazy. Okay, it's something left over from a dumber part in time. And I was on stereo, and I'm gonna end with this because this video is longer than I wanted to talk about. But dude, it's basically these ideas, as far as I'm concerned, especially when like everybody is paying attention to this stupid shit. Dude, all this shit, whether it's religion or whether it's these ideas that I'm talking about, it's dumbing down society. Dude, it's dumbing down society. And people are wasting their time with shit that doesn't fucking matter. Instead of trying to figure out the nature of things, that the way they actually are, basically what you're doing is you're creating a fucking, like, a government spectacle, okay? Where, like, people can pay attention to stupid shit or whatever and try to make themselves feel fucking like whole or some shit. Like, it's ridiculous if you have to ask me. So I don't know, dude. That's all I have to say. Dude, I think it's just a guy with a gun saying, like, if you don't do this, we'll fucking kill. Dude, and dude, think about this. Dude, if the guy is saying that he's gonna kill you if you don't do something, it's like maybe you should actually do that thing that he's forcing you to not to do. You ever consider that one? It's like, why does this guy want this so fucking bad? I don't know. Those are my ideas. I don't know if everything in that shit that I talked about was a coherent idea, but one thing I did say in the past video is I'm gonna keep on talking about this. And you wanna know something? Honestly, I think I'm gonna make a lot more videos on this topic because this is what the fuck is going on. So it's like, what the fuck else is there to talk about? There's nothing, dude, there's nothing. It's like, dude, if you have a problem, right, you spilled something on the floor, it's like you don't clean up a dry area, you clean up the fucking soda or whatever the fuck it is that you just spilt on the floor. You don't, right? You don't go, oh, like, I'm gonna go over here and fucking clean up a dry fucking area. It's like, no, dude, I'm gonna fucking focus on this because that's what everyone is focused on.